Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness, I have been chomping at the bit, waiting for 3 o'clock to arrive today because I am been so excited to share with you today's project. It just turned out so cute. It looks way more complex than it really is, although there are a lot of little pieces to it. But anyway, I am super excited to share it with you. If you have not joined me before, I am Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Ink Designs. And each Friday, other than last Friday, because I was at On Stage, I love sharing with you a fun project using the Stampin' Up! Products. Hello, Elizabeth. I got to meet Elizabeth at On Stage and Anita too. So welcome. It was so great meeting several of you at On Stage, getting to hug you and getting a picture with you. On Stage last weekend was amazing. Oh my gosh. Probably the last On Stage that was like that powerful was probably back in November 2018 in Orlando. And it was just totally amazing. So if you ever get a chance to go to On Stage, then I encourage you to go. You do need to be a demonstrator. So if you're looking to join a team, you can join my Simply Sweet Stampers team and also have fun with that too. All right. Hey, Paula, welcome. Okay. So couple of little things I need to kind of get you up to date on in case you don't know is we do have some items that are retiring. So Stampin' Up! Released the last chance list for the January through April, or what we call the spring mini catalog. So if you didn't get a chance to go ahead and grab that, I will be posting it on probably on my Facebook page here in the next day or two, as well as emailing it to everybody who's on my email list. And also too, the annual catalog is going to be retiring on May 1st or on April 30th. So both catalogs are retiring on April 30th. On April 9th, there are select items that are on these lists that will go on sale, and they're up to 60% off while supplies last. There is one product that I'm using today that I'm a little bummed because it's retiring and I don't see it anywhere. It's like unavailable, but it's still showing. But anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, make sure if there's anything that's on your wish list that you want, go ahead, order it now before it runs out of stock and you don't get a chance to get it. There's not a whole lot that's on sale. So unless there's something you want to take a chance on and wait for the sale on April 9th, you can. Otherwise, I'd go ahead and get your order in right now. Also too, this kind of was a little bit of a surprise for me. We do have several items that are increasing in price. It's going to be the cardstock, the Stampin' Blends, envelopes. I think envelopes are going up like $2.50, $2.50 a pack. I was shocked. There's some select adhesives that are going up, punches, select tools. I think the white cardstock and the vanilla were going up like $2.50 a packet. So I would check your stash, go shop, grab those before they run out, and you have to pay the higher price. All right. I don't want that happening to you. So go ahead, shop that. If you want to shop with me, you can go to my Simply Sweet Ink Designs blog, and there's a shopping link there. Hello, Melinda. Hello, Jan. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Nancy. All right. So we have that. That's Stampin' Up! News. So for me, for my Sweet Creations Club in April, we're going to be making 4 really cute projects with the Latte Love bundle, which is what we're using today as well. If you are not familiar with my Sweet Creations Club, it is a monthly subscription project kit that I send to you, or if you want to craft with us here locally in San Antonio, you have that option as well. It is $43 a month to have it shipped to you. It includes about $20 in Stampin' Up! Product and postage and the PDF tutorial. So the projects for April are going to be, like I said, the Latte Love, making 4 cards and a cute little gift box. This does hold 2 Keurig K-Cups. And let's see. Is there anything else I want to tell you? You will need to own the Latte Love bundle in order to be able to complete the projects. I do all the cutting the cardstock for you, and then I provide you the little pieces that you'll need to use the bundle for, stamp and die cut. Because per Stampin' Up! Policy, I cannot stamp for you. All right. So let's see. What else will you need? You'll need some adhesives, and then I'm grabbing the other thing you need. You also too, you'll need an early espresso ink pad. I try to keep it down to 1 ink pad and make it really, really simple for you. All right, so if you want to, actually, I wanted to show you, if you're not familiar how to subscribe to my Sweet Creations Club, I wanted to share with you on here. So if you go to my blog at Simply Sweet Ink Designs, you will see there's a list of tabs here. If you click on clubs and events, you'll see there's an option for the Sweet Creations Club. Go click on that. Scroll down, it'll tell you all about the club, all about like what's included. Now, when you are a club member for 6 consecutive months, I do send you a gift in the mail or with your kit that's valued about $25. Just a little fun surprise. And just about your subscription, anything kind of you wanted to know. Now, as a club member, you do get special pricing on suggested products. So you can go check that out. And then this just tells about the current club and what suggested supplies you'll need. And then if you want to see past clubs, you can see those as well. I do house the PDF tutorials for my past clubs on my PDF store, which is also on my blog. So, and then to subscribe, there is a link here in pink. It says click here to subscribe monthly. All right, so you can do that. All right, let's see what else. I think that's it for those updates. Hi, guys. I see more of you. Hello, Raquel. Anita, I was just sharing how we had met it on stage. Hey, Cheryl. All right. So y'all ready for the project today? I'm serious. I'm super excited about it. All right. So I wanted to let you know that if you missed the 2 weeks ago, this is the project that I made using the Countryside Corners dies. And so if you didn't get a chance to get that project sheet, make sure you're on my email list by 3 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. And at the very bottom, you will see that there is a link to be able to grab this project sheet. Also to a link to the video if you missed that. So for today, this is what we're making, and it is so stinking cute. It is a mini coffee maker, and it uses the Countryside Corners dies. Who knew that we could get so much out of these dies? If you're not familiar with the Countryside Corners dies, this is what they look like. They kind of have different layering levels. Thankfully, these are carrying over. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think the stamp set that coordinates with this is retiring, but they're keeping the dies. So super happy about that because I have used it for so many fun projects. All right, so let's get our supplies in hand. Now, I did want to let you know, this is not my idea. I actually got inspiration from, I was searching Pinterest, trying to come up with ideas for the April Sweet Creations Club. And I ran across a pin from, her name is Sincerely Rena at sincerelyrena.com. And she had, I don't think she's a demonstrator. I don't know if she is or not. The product that she used didn't look familiar, but she did a similar one that's a little bit bigger. And she used it with an oval, okay? However, I don't have an oval die set, so I use the Countryside Corners dies, and I actually think that they worked out better because when you're working with ovals, you have to do multiple little notch cuts in order to be able to navigate that oval, whereas with the Countryside Corners dies, we have nice straight lines. So, all right, so if you want, this is, I'm going to in a moment, I'm gonna share a quick reference with you. Actually, let me go ahead and get, oops, sorry, where are we? So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in place for you. So if you want the quick reference, it is right there. Hopefully y'all can see that. And I'm also too, I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and I'm gonna show you kind of a template because as you see, I'm using early espresso cardstock, which is very, very dark. So you're not gonna be able to see my score lines very well. So what I did to help you out, so you to be able to see those lines a little bit better, is I also did them in white, and like some white cardstock. So it's going to be a little bit different format today. However, I really recommend that if you can, if you're on my email list, grab the project sheet that's going to go out at 3 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. If you're not on my email list, go sign up so you don't miss this. This is a really fun project. So my project sheets are exclusive just to my email list. And the reason why is they take a lot of time to develop and to write these up and take pictures and stuff. They're not just a list of measurements like this. There's going to also be typed instructions and pictures to kind of walk you through. So it's a little bit more involved than just a typical project sheet. So that's why I make it exclusive to my email list. Oh, Simone. Yes. Okay. So Simone just said she purchased the cups from Amazon. Yes. So tell you a little bit about this. We have the coffee maker. This is what it looks like. I promise we'll get to the project in a moment. But I bought these little cups. They're like 2 inches wide by 2.5 inches tall. They're called espresso cups. I bought them on Amazon. They were like 100 of them, which I know is a lot, but maybe like 18 bucks as of when I bought them. So super, super cute. They fit this perfectly. And then inside, what I did is I bought raisinets from the grocery store because they look like coffee beans, and I just thought it was perfect for that. You can also too, I found at Dollar Tree, I found these little caramel coffee candies. You could put those in there as well. Just really, really fun. This would be such a cute little treat. All right, let's get into the project. I rambled on enough. All right, let's go on ahead and let me grab my supplies out. I've got lots of stuff here. You know what? I'm gonna have to move some of it. Okay, get this out of the way. Let's see. Okay, so in order to do this project, we have what is going to be called the base or the back wall. Then we're going to have connectors, which you don't see them because they're hidden. Then you're going to have a top, what we call a top trim and a bottom trim. So those are very, very important that we're going to go through step by step. All right, so let's start off with the back wall. Now that back wall, I have already done all of the scoring for you. And so we're going to use early espresso to create kind of the outline or the base of our coffee maker. So this piece measures 3 3/8 by 3.5. There is a dash there. Sorry, that is the 3.5. And then we scored it 1/2 of an inch, and then again at 2 7/8 inch. So basically you have a 1/2 inch on each side to make it easier for you. So we're going to burnish this score line. Like I said, you're not going to be able to see it very well on my brown pieces. So I'm going to share with you the white pieces so you can see these measurements much easier. So we have that. That's going to be our back wall. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our connector pieces, and we have 2 of those. And those 2, and when I can find them hiding under here, they each measure 1 inch by 2 3/8, and I just scored down the middle at 1/2 of an inch. Super easy. We have 2 of those. So let's put those over here. And again, we're going to burnish. All right, so we have those 2. Then next, we're going to do a top trim piece. And the top trim piece, it measures, that's not the right one. Here we go. Like I said, a lot of little pieces. The top trim piece measures 1 by 6 7/8, and then we're going to score it 2 inches, 2 3/4 inches, 4 1/8 inch, 4 7/8 inch. That's along the width here, along the long side, right? And then lengthwise, we're going to score it 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that is this piece. Okay. And then we're going to take another piece, our bottom trim piece, and this one measures 3/4 by 6 7/8, and we're going to score it the exact same lines we did before: 2, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and 4 7/8. The only difference is we're going to score it 1/2 of an inch instead of 3/4 of an inch. So that's a little bit different. All right, so now we have all our pieces in play. That's going to form the outline of our coffee maker here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to use our connector pieces. So I'm going to get these pieces out of the way. Get those out. We don't need those anymore. I just wanted to share my score lines with you. So we're going to take the connector piece and we're going to add a little bit of glue. You can use tear and tape as well. And we're going to connect the score line at the top, and I'm going to need my glasses, at the top of our back wall so that it just sits inside. And then we're going to do the same thing for the bottom connector piece. All right, again, I'm just going to kind of flip it over, line up the score line at the top, and then it's going to fold out. Okay, so we have our 2 side walls, we've got the top, and we have the bottom. Now next, what I want to do is I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper. This is from the A Little Latte designer series paper, and it measures, where is it? It's somewhere here. It's 2 1/4 by 3 3/8, and I'm going to just glue it inside because I want to cover up my seams. I don't want those showing. Let's get nice, pretty edges in the inside. All right, so let's go on ahead. Let's lay this down. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure I look at my instructions so I don't do anything I shouldn't do. All right, so then next what we're going to do is we're going to take from the Countryside Corners dies, we are going to take, it is the 3rd largest die, and we're going to die cut 4 octagonal labels in early espresso cardstock. So this is what it would look like when you die cut it out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to trim it down to 2.5 inches. All right. So the length will be 2.5 inches on all 4 pieces. 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to do the same thing with the striped designer series paper. Again, that third largest country slide corners dies, and then just cut it down to 2.5 inches. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our top, which is our top trim piece, and we are going to snip at the score lines. I'm just going to kind of gently fold them over so we can see where they're at. And then we're going to notch them. We're just going to notch up to the score line. All right, we're going to do that on each piece. And this is what's going to allow us to be able to hug the curves of our label in the next step. I'm going to do that. All right, now I have already, so you don't have to watch me do that again. I did the same thing for the bottom piece. Okay, so you can see that this is our top trim piece and this is the bottom trim piece. So I'm going to set the bottom aside just for a moment, and I'm going to set aside these other octagonal labels. What we're going to do is we're going to burnish this long score line here, and then we're going to glue it around one of the octagonal labels. Let's see. All right. So you can put this on the inside if you want. You could do it like this and just go around and glue it. I find it's easier for me to go along the top. And then it's just, what happened when you go along the top, you actually have kind of a shelf, and this will stop right there where that cardstock meets. Where if it's on the inside, it has too much tendency to move. So I just like doing it on top. So I'm going to add some glue on each of these the little 1/4 inch piece. Remember, this is the 1 inch, and we scored it 3/4. So we have a tiny little 1/4 inch piece right there. So we're just going to go along, grab your piece. And what's really important is you want to make sure that this score line lines up right there where it starts to make the turn. And then you just kind of keep following it along. And the reason I like to use the multi-purpose liquid glue is I have a little bit more freedom to be able to move that around if I need to. But you can use tear and tape if you like. So we're going to go inside here. Let's go ahead and press that down. Make sure it adheres well. Now, you might have just a tiny little fraction that hangs over. And in that case, you could just snip it off. I'd rather have too much than too little. So we're going to snip that. All right, so you can see there's our top. Really easy peasy, okay? Then we're going to do the bottom. Same thing. We're going to take another one of these octagonal labels, and we're going to burnish our score lines on the bottom piece. Do the same thing. We're going to add some glue. You know what? I think I'm going to add my glue on top here instead. That might be a little easier. And also, too, you can see where the glue line is. All right. Let's do the same thing. We're just going to go along the top here. Press down on the inside. This is probably the trickiest part, is this right here, trying to get all that adhered. All right, again, I'm going to snip off my excess. All right, I'm going to stop here. Make sure, see if there's any questions before I go on. Is that set carrying over? Anita, would you clarify which set? And then I'll address it here in a moment. Hello, Tammy. Hey, Joan. Hey, Yolanda. All right, so let's kind of backtrack. Let's make sure that we're together here before we move on. We have our back wall. We have our top piece, which has the top trim piece. Then we have the bottom piece, which has the bottom trim piece. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take, remember our connector we glued onto our back wall. We're going to glue the other connector just right here inside. Now just keep in mind that your bottom connector needs to go to your bottom piece, and then your top connector needs to go to your top piece. Now, if you have paper, designer series paper in here, which this one isn't really that directional, but if you have directional designer series paper, you just want to make sure that you have it oriented the correct way. All right, so here we go. You can probably start to see it coming together. So this right here is this step, and that's where we're at right now. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my side pieces together. Just going to add a little bit of glue. You could do this on the inside. You could do it on the outside. Doesn't really matter. It's your preference. Okay, so let's go on ahead. We're going to glue this together. We're going to glue this. Probably best if I set it down. It's going to take a moment. There we go. I think we got it. All right. Now, as you can see, I've got these kind of ugly seam lines. I don't want that showing. I want to get rid of that. So that is why we have our other connector, our other octagonal pieces. So we're just going to glue that on top. This is where all those extra octagonal pieces come into play. So we're going to glue that right there on top, cover that up so we don't see that ugly seams. And then we're going to do the same thing for the bottom. Now, if you wanted to, you could put it on the inside. You can, and then cover it up on the inside. It's really up to you. I just find it's easier to do it this way. And so then we're going to do the same thing, cover that bottom seam. Now we have a little bit of a seam here inside where my connector piece is. And so that is where my striped piece of designer series paper comes into play. One, I wanted to add a little bit of color because it's kind of bland, right? With just all that brown. So let's add a little spark of color. And so we're going to glue this on the inside, cover up that seam, and add that little bit of pop of color. And luckily, now I would recommend testing this, your cut, before you put it in, which I did before I came on live today, so I can make sure that it fits inside. So we have that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take a deco scalloped circle. Now this is actually from the Thoughtful Expressions dies, and this is the one that is retiring. I cannot believe the stamp set is staying, but it looks like the dies are retiring. And I don't have a status on it because right now it looks like it's not available. So hopefully this will come back in stock before the catalog retires. If so, snag them right away because they're so cool. So this deco circle is approximately 2 1/8 in diameter. And then you're going to take from the Stylish Shapes dies, you're going to die cut out a circle that measures approximately 1 3/4. I stamped from the Latte Love bundle or the stamp set. I stamped this in early espresso ink, and I'm just going to glue it right there on the deco circle. Get that right here. And then let's go on ahead and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. We're going to put this right here on top. And then we're just going to add a couple of things. Now, last time I shared with you how you could take this polka dot trim and you can cut it up and just kind of create your own little linen thread. And so to do that, you have here along the edge, the very far edges, you have kind of a thicker band, and you want to get rid of that because that's kind of what's holding everything together. So if you just go along and you snip up, and you can kind of feel there's kind of a groove that your scissors sit in. So if you do that all the way down, usually I say take about 12 inches and do that, then you will be able to pull apart each of these little strands and create your own linen thread. And what's kind of cool about this is some of those little polka dots follow along and come off as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow with this, which I've already done ahead of time. And I'm going to just add it on with a mini glue dot. Just kind of roll right there. And then we're just going to put this right here in the corner. Add a cute little accent. Now the last thing that I want to do is I want to take the really cute swirl dots, and we're just going to add some little buttons for pressing on our little coffee maker. So let's go ahead and start in the middle, and then we'll put one on each side. And then the last thing we could do is we go on ahead, we fill our cute little espresso cup up with some little treats, and then we could put that there inside. How cute is that? Now, if you want, you could bundle it up like in a cello bag, tie it off. And I just think that would make such a cute little gift to give somebody. Like too, if you do retreats or craft fairs, this would be so fun to have out for that. All right, so I do have one thing that I wanted to share with you. I love the Latte Love bundle. I do. I love the whole suite. So I shared with you for my April club, it is featuring the Latte Love bundle to make 5 projects. But I'm also too is I am offering an optional kit. If you're a part of my club, you can add it on and you can save a little bit on postage if you need it shipped to you. Or if you just want to buy it a la carte, you can do that as well. And that is using the Happy House Plants kit. Now, this is a really cute little framed kit, but I just kind of felt it needed a little work, a little bit of enhancing. So to make it, it has 4 6x6 frames. And if you were to make them, this is what they would look like minus the embellishments, okay? Because in the sentiment, I kind of added that myself. So this is what it would look like if you wanted to create the kit as they have planned it, like I said, other than the sentiment and the embellishments. However, I thought these would be so stinking cute to be able to adapt these with the Latte Love or the little latte suite. Sorry, I'm trying to grab it over here. I got so much stuff right now. So I am offering an optional kit that you can purchase to make 4 different designs, like for your home decor, or to give as a gift. If you like, you could actually make 4 gifts. That would be fun with the a little latte designer series paper and the bundle. So the project kit will include actually the whole Happy House Plants kit, which comes in this really cool little box. Comes in a nice size box. You'll get everything inside the box. It will come with a half a pack of the little latte designer series paper. I will be cutting it to 6x6 in order to fit it in the box. I will also be including 2 strips of these little gems. So you'll get like 2 of the little dots. So you get like 2 rows of each color. And that will come in your kit as well. And it is $49 if you're here locally, want to join us in San Antonio. I'm hosting a gathering on Sunday, April 14th from 3 to 6 o'clock Central Time. Or if you would like to have the kit shipped to you, there is an additional $12 for postage. So if you are interested in doing this project kit, just send me a message, send me an email. I will have the link in tomorrow's email as well. Now, if you are part of my club, you have already paid shipping for your club kit. So I sent you an email yesterday with a $5 coupon code that will take $5 off your postage. All right. So that way I can mail both of these together, save you a little bit of money. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, if you would like to sign up for this kit, or if you have any further questions or need the link, please reach out. Otherwise, I am looking forward to sharing with you another fun project next Friday. So y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.